Historical criticism. The historian does not often use the first-hand knowledge based on his own observations. It is impossible for the historian to repeat the past occurrences as it can be done in the case of experiments in natural sciences, where the occurrences can be repeated at will. Since the historian gets most of his data from the reports of those who participated in these occurrences or witnessed those events, the information he uses in his researches is secondary or secondary to secondary, thus his information is second-hand. The historian, therefore, analyzes this knowledge carefully to sift the true from the false and relevant from the irrelevant, thus he gets the usable, trustworthy, authentic and genuine data, which are known as historical evidence and which is derived from the historical data by the process of criticism. This criticism is of two types, i.e., external and internal. External criticism, authenticity. External criticism deals with the genuineness of the document, i.e., whether the document is what seems to be and reads true to the original. Good, 136. This criticism establishes the authenticity of the data and tries to establish whether a document or relic is true and not. A forgery. Best 104. Through external criticism, the historian checks the genuineness, authenticity, or textual integrity of the source material, whether it is what it appears or claims to be, to determine whether it is admissible as evidence. To discover the origin of the source materials, the historian asks many questions. When and where was the document produced? Who was the creator or author? Did the credited author or creator produce it? Is this an original or accurate copy of the author's work? From what sources were the contents derived and how dependent upon them was the author? Van Dalen, 167. The problem of establishing age or authorship of documents may involve intricate tests of signature, handwriting, script, types, spelling, language usage, documentation 7 knowledge available at the time and consistency. It may involve physical and chemical tests of ink, paint, paper, parchment, cloth, stone, metals or wood. Are these elements consistent with known facts about the person, the knowledge available and the technology of period in which the remain or the document originated? Problems of external criticism, in testing the genuineness of a document or remain, involve questions about the characteristics of the author and his qualifications, factors or conditions that may have influenced the production of the document, such as time, place, purpose and circumstances of composition, and the extent to which the document and its parts read true to the original. Good 131. The work of external criticism has been greatly facilitated through the development of science, printing, and photography, especially in dealing with the sources. A partial list of the important auxiliary aids or fields includes anthropology, archaeology, astronomy, chemistry, chronology, diplomatics, economics, education, epigraphy, exact science, geography, geology, historical method and philosophies, language, law, literature, military affairs, natural history, Cho-1-ogei, politics, prehistory and philosophy. Before the invention of printing, when manuscripts were copied by hand, there were frequent errors in the form of unintentional errors, omission or insertions or deliberate changes in the text. During recent years, microphotography has made it possible to reproduce and transmit entire books, bulky records, newspapers, and other manuscript for projection in some distant library or research center, thus obviating the type of error that arises in copying. Establishing authorship and the data and place of publication are common tests performed by a historian. Some documents do not carry the name of the writer, conceal his identity with a pseudonym, or present a man as the author also who wrote little or none of the work. In Pakistan, commissions on education, committees on curriculum development, reports on educational issues and reports by the vice-chancellors, heads and deans sometimes do not reveal the names of the actual authors and contributors who helped in the compilation of the documents. Although the committee members sign the report, only one of them may have written the report. To ascertain the authorship of the report of the Commission on National Education 1959 in Pakistan, for example, a historian may have to investigate several things. Did the chairman of the commission write it, or was it a compilation of report made by the heads of various subcommittees? If the chairman used the material provided by the subcommittees, did he alter, correct, omit, suppress, or expand parts of their reports? Internal criticism, credibility. Internal criticism deals with the meaning and trustworthiness of statements remaining within the document. In other words, it weighs the testimony of document in relation to the truth. Good, 137. After the authenticity, external criticism, of a historical document or relic has been established, there is still a problem of evaluating its accuracy or worth. Although it may be genuine, does it reveal a true picture? 2. What about the writer? 3. Was he competent, honest, unbiased, and actually acquainted with the facts, or was he too antagonist or too sympathetic to give a true picture? 4. Did he have any motive for distorting the accounts? Was he subject to pressure, fear, or vanity? 6. How long after the event did he make record of his testimony? 7. Was he able to remember accurately what happened? 8. Was he in agreement with other competent witnesses? These questions are difficult to answer, but the historian must be sure that his data are authentic and accurate before he introduces them as historical evidence, worth of serious consideration. Best, 105. These questions of accuracy and value of the statements made, credibility, normally come in sequence after questions of A. Authorship, B. Genuineness, C. Time, D. Place, and E. Actual language or text of the original document, have been answered through the process of external criticism. The shift of emphasis in internal criticism is from document, good 137. F. There is no sharp dividing line between the external and internal phases of historical criticism, and the two processes may progress simultaneously, with a considerable amount of overlapping. Internal criticism may confirm external evidence concerning authorship.